Well, the game of football has taught me so many things, man. Now, think about the huddle we have right now, right? I tell people this all the time. There's a reason why they call it a huddle. People have been huddling all their lives, trying to find ways to enhance each other's lives. The great teams do that all the time. The great teams do that. The better the huddle, the better the team. And so it's simple, man, how if you huddle for all the right reasons, we wouldn't have Ferguson. We wouldn't have some of the challenges that we have in our society. But as we all know, there's always a moment when somebody doesn't belong in the huddle. And yet we have to continue to move on. We got to continue to play. So the game of life, man, is always starting with the huddle. And for me, I'm lucky enough to know that, by the graces of God, man, it's been a nice huddle. It's been a nice huddle. And if I just keep making sure that he's in front of me, I'm gonna be all right.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you our preview of the 2016 New Era Pinstripe Bowl between the Pitt Panthers and the Northwestern Wildcats. Now let's start this video off by taking a look at our keys to victory.
Let's start with the Pitt Panthers in this ball game. They can't over-focus on their pass defense. I think they have to do a little bit of both. They have to worry about the pass defense. Obviously, that's where they struggle all season long. But they can't forget about the running game because Northwestern has a really good rushing attack, and they don't want to get gashed on the ground. Then teams won't have to throw the football against the Panthers. Also, defensively, I would roll coverage toward Austin Carr, take away their number one option in the passing game, and force them to go to other targets consistently, and they have to win on third downs. If they can get these guys off the field, I think it bodes well for their chances because their offense is highly explosive, one of the best in college football. And for Northwestern in this ball game, quarterback Clayton Thorson has to attack vertically against his Panthers secondary. I think they have a lot of opportunity to throw the football very well in this ball game. They can utilize their pass to set up the run, but it's all up to Thorson to take advantage going deeper down the field. And they have to stay active at the line of scrimmage and also versus the receivers because they're facing the quarterback in Nathan Peterman, whom I like. I think he does a great job in getting everyone involved, but he also flatlines passes, which means you can have opportunities to bat the ball at the line of scrimmage or make plays on the ball once they get to the receivers. And they have to beat James Conner to the spot in the running game. He's not the most agile of backs, but if he gets ahead of steam going, he's going to run through linebackers and ultimately outrun safeties and corners. So they have to beat him to the spot, force him to stop his feet, and that's how they can win successfully versus the run. The biggest X factor in this ball game is an obvious one for the Pitt Panthers. It's their secondary. Teams are throwing for over 300 plus yards a game against this defense. They have to do a better job in getting pressure on the quarterback and also making plays on the back end. So if this secondary can really step up to the plate and make this offense of Northwestern one-dimensional, they have a great chance of knocking off the Wildcats. And for Northwestern in this ball game, I think the biggest X factor will be their ground game. You look at Justin Jackson, an outstanding runner. If he can have some success running the football early, it'll open up their play action passing game, and with this secondary they have a chance to have some success deep down the field. Now here is a few of the 2017 NFL draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game. I'm a big fan of Matt Galambos, a linebacker of Pitt. Saw him live last year, saw this Pitt football team live last year versus Miami. He stepped up big time throughout the course of that game from a run defense department and also from a pass coverage standpoint. And for Northwestern, Austin Carr is a big play wide receiver in this ball game. He's going to have a big time opportunity to showcase himself positively in front of plenty NFL scouts. I like Northwestern in this ball game. I think ultimately both offenses will have success moving the football, but if I have to count on a defense to come up with the stop, I'm going with the Wildcats and what they've done this year for not only a run stopping standpoint, but also what they can do to pressure the quarterback. And on the back end, they have guys that can make plays on the football. So I do think Northwestern will come away 2016 Pinstripe Bowl champs.